put some fucking pants on and go outside and do some shit.
Nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Girl, there is nothing to do.
The Sandhills wants to know what time it is. It's time to get ready for the unlimited social scoop. Introducing Nothing to Do, the Sandhills Social Scene Podcast, straight from the Share Studios with your host, Dominique.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of Nuthin To Do with your girl, Dominique. Whenever you start speaking and a song pops up in your head, no, that only happens to me. Cool. Today we have a great person that's going to join me a little later in the show, and we're going to talk about dating. He doesn't know it yet, but don't worry, I've already rearranged the studio. But first, we're going to talk to our friend at a grown and sexy spot, because everybody's always like, there's no place I can get dressed up and go to. There are. You just got to want to do it. And essentially, since COVID happened, a lot of us don't really want to go and do a lot of things. So accountability, it's a dirty word, but today is for the lovers. Happy Valentine's. Hey guys, it is episode 7 of Nuthin To Do, and I always like to give a little backstory about the somewhat ratchet things or the little things that I did growing up. You know how we all used to think we were grown until we really realized what grown and sexy is. We've got a couple of grown and sexy spots, and there is one in particular that you guys need to go to. It's a whole vibe. Their house band is nuts, but I will let that person tell you more about it. It's a place called Marley's on Yakin Road, and it's named after one of the coolest guys around town. So welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell the people who you are, like where you're from. Give us a little backstory.
My name's Donovan is what I usually go by, or Marley. From the Virgin Islands. I actually been here in Fayetteville since 2010. I was here with the Air Force. So
okay.
That's what brought me here to town. And usually when I was going out while I was still in, I was wanting to go somewhere more grown and sexy, like a European type vibe.
Dress
almost.
Up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time finding that here in Fayetteville. So I would always go out of town and stuff like that. So when I did get out of the military, I just decided to go ahead and do it myself.
Okay. So like if you don't see it, make it kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So your vision for Marley's, how did you come up? Like you said, you go out of town and see all those other places, but actually what made you feel like it was necessary for us to have a place to go and dress up?
Because, just in the time that I've been here, I've seen Fayetteville grow so much. And I think that culture needs to grow with it,
Yeah.
Like, we have a lot of sports bars and stuff like that, but we need somewhere where the business professional can come out and have a good time and interact with other people of like mind.
Okay. So what kind of vibe would a person that hasn't been to Marley's experience when they show up?
So what I hear a lot is from people is when they come into Marley's, it feels like they stepped out of Fayetteville and into like California or something, So it's just a chill, jazzy, R&B, younger feel.
So let's talk about this house band though, because me and the girls were there Saturday after our Galentine's party, and I can't remember the bass player's name. Don't beat me up. Don't come for me. But he's dope. How did you get the Marley's house band together?
Yeah. So originally when we opened, I would try to find local bands here and there to fill our nights, and I actually ran into Sanika, our lead singer. And we just decided to, instead of jumping around, we'll just put a band together. So some of her friends, her people that she's played with before, we just put them together.
And so when can people catch the house band?
So right now we're doing karaoke with the band every Tuesday. So that's tonight.
Brian.
Karaoke
with a band, bro.
Karaoke with the band.
Let me remind you guys, Brian's my producer. He's behind the screen. You're not going to see him. But karaoke with the band.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday.
And if you feel intimidated by that, we still do regular karaoke. So just come in, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the music. They also play every Friday, which is ladies' night.
Okay.
And every Saturday, unless we're doing an event on Saturday.
Okay. Now, speaking of events, thank you for segueing me into that. You guys have a speed dating joint coming up?
Yes. So the nice ladies from Sigma Gamma Rho putting together a speed dating event.
Okay, Poodles, we see you.
On Friday. So you guys come out. So apparently we have a whole lot of eligible ladies signed up right now. But we need some of our eligible bachelors in Fayetteville to come out and have some fun.
So have you ever speed dated before?
I have not, actually.
Me either, but I think that it would feed to my ADHD. And like, I'll just have the most fun. So how would someone, do you have to register in advance, or how would someone get their tickets for that?
Yeah, I think if you go to our Instagram or Facebook, you'll find our flyer, and there's actually a QR code that will take you to Eventbrite, I believe.
Okay. Now, do you guys have any other events coming up soon?
Yeah, we actually have a comedy show coming up on the 17th. So this Saturday. So what we're going to try and do is do a comedy show every month.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Keep booking in mind for me too.
Yeah, absolutely. Call for your reservations, guys. Tables go fast.
They do go really, really fast. When we showed up, they were like, "Oh, girl, we gotta go." And there's a whole bunch of women, and we were drinking wine and telling stories about our exes, and we lost track of time. But you guys still held our table, and we had just a dope time. I had to skate out because I had to go finish some work.
Yeah, and remember, guys, we're a lounge also, so we're open every day at 7 p.m. Other than Mondays, we're closed on Mondays. But just come in and enjoy the vibe. Music's playing, food's good. So you've created this special place in Fayetteville. Are you going to create more vibes and places? Do you have that in your sleeve? Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. That's the plan. We just got to start here. We got to get that support going. We actually opened 2 months before COVID hit. So that has been a huge challenge trying to dig back from that. So we definitely need you guys' support.
Okay. Well, where can people find you on the socials?
Marley's LLC on Instagram and TikTok.
Perfect.
And Marley's Cafe and Lounge on Facebook.
So you guys heard it from the man himself, the coolest cat in town. This Friday and Saturday, there's events going on at Marley's, and we will flash the flyers up for you guys, but we hope to see you there. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Still rocking out to the same song, but I sped it up in my head that time. What is a date? Collins English Dictionary says a date is an appointment to meet someone or to go out with them, especially someone with whom you are having or may soon have a romantic relationship. Now, a lot of people say there's not a lot of things to do for the grown and sexy around town. My definition of a date was basically my ideal date, which necessarily isn't the truth. And dating around here gets a really bad rap. We always say there's nothing to do and there's no one to date. Even Facebook has the Are We Dating the Same Guy? Fayetteville Area Edition. And it's do we have clear understanding of dating? I know this isn't a love talk show, but just hold on a second. We'll get into there. And I actually conned Brian into joining us because Brian knows a little bit about dating. Brian, don't you? Don't do that. Don't make that face.
I absolutely do not know anything about dating. I don't know why she has me on this platform. Maybe just because I'm the only other person here at the studio right now. And so she's putting me through this torture. Well, because I'm an equal opportunity person, here I am. So my definition of dating, I don't it was before I had gray hair. It's just exclusive. Two people getting to know each other and just enjoying time with each other in any form, any shape, or any way. Yes, there's certain things as ideal dates, dream dates, fancy dates, casual dates, et cetera, et cetera. I just all of that is just dating.
I mean, it's not all just dating. There's categories in the whole date night dating thing. I mean, you could be a competitive date. I know I mentioned that to you before and your eyebrows raised. You can actually want to get to know each other. And like for me, my definition of the perfect date is somewhere where we can get to know each other, whether it's a walk on the beach or it's going to a museum, but not someplace like a movie or a concert. But I guess those can still be considered a good date, right?
Well, see, I think a movie and a concert is a date because even though, like, I understand what you're saying about dating, where you have conversations with each other, and in a movie and a concert at the club, you really don't get to have those conversations, but you do get to have those conversations about those events at some point in time. So that's why I consider it a date, because at some point in time, I would hope the two people involved would converse about what the two of you did together. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the word is converse, not conversate.
It's conversate.
No, it is not.
For a few, because in a few, we're going to do what we can do. Ain't that right? True?
Give me the platform. I just want to make sure the word is converse, not converse. I'm sorry, my bad.
Give me my camera back. Give me my camera back. But one thing that I like to do when I'm conversating on a date is I want to take you out to eat, because I want to see if you eat with your mouth open, this ain't gonna work automatically. Sorry. But I don't also want to pull the little John at a concert and be like, what? Over and over and over again. So here are some very inexpensive, cool ideas for date night here in Fayetteville. No particular order, but now that I know the actual definition of a date, I think
She doesn't.
Shut up. Okay, now that I know it, I think I comprehend a little bit. I wasn't about to say I'm a subject matter expert. I can't even say it. That's what I get.
Exactly.
Anyways, not dealing with Brian's negativity. So, one good idea for a date: head downtown. Downtown Fayetteville has a lot of cool gyms that we overlook every day. Like, for instance, the Arts Council. Arts are becoming more and more appreciated by us each day, and it's a beautiful thing. And we have a lot of beautiful and talented artists and their artworks at the Arts Council. So you guys can start off there. And again, movies, if you guys want to go on a movie date, that's cool. Cameo has amazing independent films for you to check out. And then after that, you could take them for food, which is my favorite thing to do. Blue Moon has a great selection of food, and their drinks are superb. If you just want to sit back and have a tea date, you got Winter Bloom. And you also have like lots of art installations out that you can go and take pictures by, murals, and just walk and get to know that person. Now, when you conversate with you and that person, a lot of times you can find out if, in fact, you and someone else in the Fayetteville area are dating them. But if you like that smut, that's there for you. Other than that, you can go to the planetarium at Fayetteville State. Like, that's a cool date. You could talk, just not too loud. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know, because I am kind of loud, so we just rather talk afterwards. And you can also check out like the Fayetteville Symphony Orchestra. They've got a lot of cool things going on. If you like music, or you and your date can just take over karaoke at one of the various places. Cheers to Patty's, Sandtrap, wherever. Just go take over, have a good time. Or if you're a competitive dater like me, I'm not gonna go bowling, because you ain't about to beat me in front of all these strangers. But I will bust your head open in some laser tag. And before, those really weren't conventional dates. But stop saying that there's no place to take anyone out on a date here in Fayetteville. Be accountable, do the research, follow me. It will make it happen. Because, you know, it's for the lovers or the competitive lovers. You ever give anybody an elbow, Brian? Nope. Okay. All right. We're not going to incriminate him. Bye, guys. right. So with Super Bowl being very fresh on all of our minds, I have to give a big shout out to Bubba's 33. Had a great time watching the Super Bowl. 5-Star Entertainment always puts on a great halftime performance for us with the sound system in the tent. So that was great. And just keeping that Super Bowl train running. Some people have been doing big things on the world stage. And I mean, we could take it back to Westover's own Charles Connor, also known as Chuck, who was in the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving with Alabama A&M's Maroon and White Band, to this past weekend where Usher's performance wasn't the only thing repping their city. As we all know, Jack Britt and Fayetteville State's own Joshua Williams got ring number 2. Congratulations on that, homie. And we can't talk about one person from Fayetteville without talking about Patrick Holt, the 1990 71st Falcon alumni, who is also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, an NC State Wolfpack alumni, and much, much more. But Patrick could be seen on the field as a referee, showing us that there are more than one way to get on the field at Super Bowl, and the Noops be everywhere. And that's Kappa Alpha Psi for all of you who don't really know, aren't hip to the game. Look, thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Nothing to Do podcast. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We're also on Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube. Hey, Brian, yell out the other ones.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. I think she said YouTube.
Look,
and all the other things.
And all the other things. The Noops aren't the only ones that are everywhere. We're trying to be out there too. Also, a big shout out to Cumulus. Thank you guys. Rock 103. Thank you for also giving me another platform to be on. Kids Piece, February, all month. It's coin drop. So if you have change, just lying around in your car, just lying around in your winter coat, let me get that. You know where to find me. Also, if you have something coming up and you want us to promote it or you want to get on the show and talk, hit me in my DMs. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Let's find out all the things to do.
Thanks for tuning in to the Nothing to Do weekly podcast, recorded at the Share Studios in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with your host, Dominique. And make sure to tune in next week because it's only going to get better.